Hipscopping glass is going to accentuate that accentuate. Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. T, back with another skip, hop, and jump out into that wonderland that is good beer and good music. And tonight we're going to start with a sad announcement, and I have to mention the fact that the glassware we're using tonight is completely inappropriate, but absolutely called for. This is what's known as a stong glass. This is a glass that is made for Kolsch and Kolsch style beers. We're not using it because it's a stong. We're using it because we are commemorating Mad Prince's Brewing. Can't really see because it's clear. Maybe you'll see it once I pour the beer. Mad Prince's, great little place up in Bucks County, PA, microbrewery. Visited, really liked it, was actually going to do a pop-up clinic on Mad Prince's when they announced this week that they will be closing. As soon as they run out of beer, which they project will probably be early to mid-August, they're going to close their doors forever. I'm sharing some pictures here because they were going to be used in the pop-up clinic, but alas, another one passes away. So we'll pour out some metaphysical beer for them and congratulate them on a battle well fought. But tonight we're not going to be drinking Mad Prince's beer. Sorry. Didn't have any package that I could bring home and do on the channel. But we are having something very, very interesting. Tonight we are going to be visiting a brewery down in Shiner, Texas. Spatzel Brewing. You probably don't recognize that name, but you probably, possibly, maybe have heard of Shiner Bock, which, there you go, Shiner Bock. Widely distributed. It's actually a very good beer. It's not really a Bock beer, so the name is misleading, but it's actually a very good beer. And tonight we're having another offering from Spitzel Brewing called Shiner Ruby Redbird. And this is a pretty interesting beer. It's a light lager, but it's made with ginger and ruby red grapefruit. So it's considered a fruit beer, even though it's a lager. Oftentimes, fruit beer can be any type of beer, really. Any beer that you put fruit in it, it becomes considered a fruit beer. But most often, you will see wheat ales used as the base for a fruit beer. Not this time. This time they're using a light American lager. Very low calories. I was surprised. It's 95 calories per 12 ounces, in case you're counting calories. But what does Spetzel have to say about it? Real Texas ruby red grapefruit from the Rio Grande Valley combines with a hint of ginger to give this brew a bold and slightly tart flavor. Combining Citra and Golding hops amps up the fruity aromas, while the malt bill of Munich malt, malted wheat, and two-row barley delivers a smooth, refreshing finish. I bought a 6-pack of this and I've already had a couple, and it is, yeah, that's pretty darn accurate. But it's 4% and comes in at 13 IBUs, so pretty low on the bitterness. And, very crushable at 4%. And yes, it's a twist off. you purists. This is going to have a massive head because of the glass. But man, does it smell great. Now you can kind of see a little better. Not really. Should have made even a bigger head. But you can see that it is a gorgeous amber color. It is definitely beyond gold. It's darker than gold. It is a gorgeous amber, fairly. No, let me wipe off the condensate. Yeah, it is darn near crystal clear. There's just a ever so slight amount of haze in there, probably from the wheat that's included in the bill. Nice effervescence, thick. The glass is going to accentuate that head, but it is a nice, rocky, firm, uh, white head, variegated bubbles, already showing some very nice lacing. And the aroma is really nice. You get a light, tart citrus aroma, but mostly you get malts on the distance aroma. But let's get up on it and see what we got. Yeah, okay, that's nice. When you get up close, you can still smell the grapefruit. You get a nice bready, almost biscuity, not like British biscuit cookie, not shortbread, but like Southern biscuits, a dense biscuit aroma from the malt bill, from the grain bill, and you get a nice punch of ginger on the nose, where it's just it smells very gingery and fresh, probably because of the citrus, the grapefruit, and the citra hops. Now, Golding hops are a English varietal, East Kent Golding, not particularly a fruity hop, so I'm not exactly following them when they say the combination of Citra and Golding hops amps up the fruity aromas, but the Citra definitely does come through. It's a nice drinker. You get the grapefruit evenly matched by the ginger, while neither one overpowers the underlying light lager. You still know that you're drinking a beer. It doesn't just taste like pink grapefruit and ginger. It's kind of like all three evenly balanced, like Spider-Mans pointing at each other. Very highly carbonated, very light in the mouth, very refreshing, extremely refreshing beer. This is a summer drinker, hot weather. You want to sit back, relax, and cool down a little bit while you have a beer. This is a great choice. Uh, this beer was actually first introduced in 2018, and according to the brewery's website, it apparently a big hit in Australia because it won 2 bronze medals in 2021 at the Australian International Beer Awards, and then it won a silver medal in 2022 at the Australian International Beer Awards. Nothing GABF or World Beer Cup, however. Say la vie. The brewery is an old brewery. It was started in Shiner, Texas by German and Czech immigrants that had settled there and had discovered an artesian well, a pure artesian water source. And what an artesian well is, for those who don't know, is a well that doesn't need to be pumped. The water doesn't need to be pumped out of the well. If you've ever gone to an old time well where you had a handle that you had to sit there and pump, 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 pump to create the suction to draw the water up out of the well. Artesian wells, the water reservoir down underground is under pressure. And simply by sinking the well into that water source, water will flow up. So that's what artesian well is. Is it better than a natural spring or a pumped well? I don't know, but it's interesting. But anyway, these German and Czech immigrants found this artesian well and said, "Hey, we should brew beer." And then in 1912, they hired Cosmos Spetzel, a German brewmaster who had relocated to Texas, to be their brewmaster, and their beers were born. Shiner Bock has been their flagship beer from the get go. And even so much that during Prohibition, Cosmos actually did some jail time because he was charged with bootlegging because they had publicly switched to selling near beer and ice during Prohibition, but apparently they were still brewing Shiner Bock. He actually got arrested and did a little jail time, but then after Prohibition ended, they ramped right back up with the Shiner Bock and haven't looked back. This is a solid beer. But what do you think we're going to pair with a solid beer? Something that is unique and satisfying, but familiar at the same time. Well, we're going to go with a band that is fronted by, see if we can get any deep cut fans here. Band that is fronted by the former drummer of the 80s punk band Dane Bramage. Don't remember him? Well, he also went on to be the drummer for Nirvana. You might remember that grunge band. And we're talking about Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters. Enjoy.
What's up, Frank?
Such a great song. Perfect with this beer because you can just listen to Foo all night and you can just drink this beer all night. Great combination. Yeah, once you start diving into the song, though, it's a lot sadder than I realized. Uh, it may be personal experience, but I was reading a lot more anger into the lyrics than regret and loss. But that's just me. Everybody gets out of it what they perceive. But you saw there that Dave Grohl was born in a little place called Warren, Ohio. I grew up probably 20 minutes from Warren, Ohio. And if it weren't for the Grohls moving to Virginia when Dave was 9, I believe, I firmly believe that he and I would have met and we would have become fast friends. But, you saw there in the factoids that the song was inspired by and written about the collapse of his first marriage. And apparently, Jennifer was not only very important to Dave, she was very close with a lot of the band members. So much so that guitarist Pat Smear left the band shortly thereafter, at least left the band for a while. In 1997, he quit the Foo Fighters, partly because of the breakup between Dave and Jennifer, and partly due to touring fatigue and just apparently he chafed a little bit under the directional control that Dave exerted over the band. But he left in 1997. He did come back to the band in 2005 before retiring from music entirely in 2010. So it's nice that they've made amends. Dave seems to be a great guy. I'm sure he's got rough edges, as we all do, but he certainly seems to be a great guy. He does a lot of charity work, feeding homeless, and making barbecue for the homeless. Plus, he's just he's a great guy. He's a mensch. But I mean, that's great song. You saw it's considered one of the Foo Fighters' best songs. It's super high energy. There'll be links below. You saw the factoid about the Muzak version of Big Me in the elevator. Did you catch that, or did you need to see the factoid for it? Link below to that, but there's also a link below to the live version of this song. If you don't know if the term Kiss Guy doesn't mean anything to you, watch the live version, the Kiss Guy version below, because it's awesome. It's just fantastic. And it's, again, insight into how cool Dave Grohl is. But what else can you say? Except, if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. It won't hurt you. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell because I'm putting new content out all the time. And I would hate, absolutely hate, for you to miss any of it. But more importantly, leave me a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, bands I should do, beers I should try. Let me know what's on your mind because I like that stuff. But until next time, my dear internet friends, it's times like these you learn to get another beer.